While the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, sets physical, structural, and chemical safety standards for commercial kitchens, such as walking working surfaces, hazard communication, and PPE, OSHA does not mandate a specific script of verbal phrases or vocal commands. Instead, OSHA mandates that employers train workers on hazard recognition, safe material handling, and effective internal communication to prevent burns, slips, cuts, and struck-by injuries. To fulfill OSHA's general duty requirements for safe communication and establish a standardized safety culture, commercial kitchens rely on traditional, universally recognized verbal calls. The two-way traffic rule, the ping-pong response. In ultra-high traffic blind corridors, a one-way call is often insufficient. High-efficiency operations rely on a two-way acoustic feedback loop. Person A, approaching corner. Person B, on the other side, also approaching turning. Or clear/heard. Result, both parties instantly establish mutual awareness, slow their pace, hug their respective outer walls, and avoid a head-on collision. Blind spots and corner calls. Because commercial kitchens and server corridors feature tight layouts and high-speed foot traffic, these calls must be shouted clearly before rounding a physical obstruction. Corner. Or coming around. When to use, universally shouted when approaching any blind corner, swinging door, or restricted visual hallway. Meaning, I am entering this blind spot immediately. Yield the space if you are on the other side. Sharp corner, or hot corner. When to use, used when the person rounding the blind spot is carrying something hazardous, a chef's knife, a scalding stock pot, or a tray stacked high with glassware. Meaning, extreme hazard coming around the blind spot, freeze or clear the path entirely. The standard blind corner calls. When approaching an intersection or blind wall where visibility is zero, staff must project their voice outward before reaching the apex of the turn. Corner. Context: the absolute industry standard across hospitality, warehouse, and logistics settings. Execution: shouted sharply 2 to 3 paces before entering the turn. Intent: announces your presence and immediate trajectory to anyone approaching from the opposite side of the blind spot. Coming out. Or coming through. Context: frequently used when pushing through swinging doors, double swing kitchen doors, or opaque warehouse flaps. Intent: warns traffic on the other side not to stand directly flush against the door threshold. 2 hazard-specific corner calls. If the person rounding the blind corner is carrying heavy loads, dangerous equipment, or momentum, the standard corner call must be modified immediately so oncoming traffic knows the stakes. Hot corner. Context: used in food service or industrial fabrication when carrying hot liquids, heated components, or steaming product. Intent: oncoming personnel must yield completely and press themselves against the outer wall. Heavy corner. Or wide corner. Context: used in warehouse operations, stockrooms, or banquet setups when pushing large rolling carts, pallet jacks, or bus tubs stacked high. Intent: warns that the person turning has restricted mobility, a wide turning radius, and cannot stop instantly. Sharp corner. Or blade corner. Context: used when carrying open tools, exposed blades, or long raw materials that extend past your body line. Proximity and movement calls, behind you. Collisions often happen when someone turns around abruptly into the path of a carrier. Behind. Or behind you. When to use, whenever passing closely behind a coworker, especially in a narrow kitchen line. Crucial rule for the receiver: do not jump or step sideways. When someone yells behind, the golden rule is to stand stock still so the person passing can accurately predict your position. Stepping blindly to the side often results in a direct collision. Hot behind. When to use, when carrying pans straight out of the oven, hot sheet pans, or boiling liquids past someone. Meaning, I am behind you with extreme heat. Do not back up. Sharp behind. Or knife behind. When to use: when carrying an unshielded chef's knife or slicing tool past another staff member. Crucial rule for the receiver: do not jump or step sideways. When someone yells behind, the golden rule is to stand stock still so the person passing can accurately predict your position. Other essential restaurant safety calls. To maintain overall flow and prevent injuries on the line, kitchens and front of house staff rely on these matching safety acknowledgements. Hands. Shouted when carrying a heavy, hot, or unwieldy item and you need people to clear a pathway for you to set it down safely. Sharp down. Shouted if a knife or piece of glassware is dropped, or when placing a sharp tool down on a shared counter where someone might blindly reach. Note: if something drops, the standard protocol is to let it fall rather than trying to catch it, shouting falling, or behind. Heard, or chef. Acknowledgement response used to confirm that a safety call, order, instruction, or warning has been clearly received and understood.